Hey, yeah, word. Wanna hear it, wanna talk about it, word. Wanna hear it, wanna talk about it. Know it's all about the word. You know it's word. Welcome back, everybody, to Word, the podcast. I'm your host, G-Stylez, and today I am joined by a very special guest who's a musician, voice actor, and an all-around dope person, Dan Navarro. Welcome to the show, man.
Gerald, it's great to talk to you. I am looking so forward to getting back in the area. When I was there, I think it's about 18 months ago I was there, and I got to tell you, I'd never been to that area, and I loved it. I just plain loved it.
So for the listeners that didn't catch our interview last time around, I'm going to kind of give a little bit of a background on you. You're a musician, but you also do voice acting, and you do a bunch of other things on top of that.
Well, I started out as a songwriter, and cracked it with a big old hit in 1984 for Pat Benatar called We Belong. I co-wrote that with my friend Eric Lowen. He and I started an acoustic duo right after that, and in 87 started playing out as Lowen and Navarro. We started releasing records in 1990 and touring all over the country. We ultimately put out 14 albums, toured for 20 years. He got sick in 2004 with Lou Gehrig's disease. He got another 4 years on the road, lived another 8 years. He retired at the very tail end of 2008. I went solo in 2007. He passed away in 2012, and so I've been solo ever since. But along with that, I started doing voice work in initially commercials, then later movies and TV and video games, and then moved from singing in movies to doing voice acting work in animated TV series and films. So it's been a little of this and a little of that, and I'm about to go. In fact, I'm in Littleton, Colorado right now, but I'm flying home this evening to Southern California to go do a session for Invincible, the animated series for Amazon Prime, and then I'll finish up I'll do my gig, and then I'll catch a flight back and pick up the last 3 dates of the tour.
That is awesome. I love Invincible. That's an awesome show. That's a popular show too.
A very popular show, and yeah, I did the first 3 seasons. Unidentifiable voices. I'm like people screaming from exploding buildings and scientists in the background when other scientists are in the foreground, and, cops dying and all that. I mean, that's, oh no, look out. And then I get paid.
I thought that was you. No.
Exactly. It's all good, and it's been, I've been doing voice work of various kinds in films for a long time, actually, for as long as I've been recording. I started making records in 1990, started playing locally in the clubs in 87, because I was just a songwriter before that. But also in 88, I started singing in Spanish language jingles, and I moved into movies in English and Spanish, mostly English by that time. And then I started doing voice work on animation in 2001. And, it's a little bit like when you plant a couple little plants in your yard. Next thing you know, they've all grown together. So it's pretty fun.
And you've been part of a bunch of other stuff too. Recently, you were doing some stuff for Coco and for Happy Feet and a bunch of other really good shows.
Coco, Happy Feet, The Emperor's New Groove, The Lorax, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish that was out 2 years ago. I did Encanto. It's been interesting because, you can't really go hustle that. You can't go to people and go, hey, I'm available. But once you get in and once they know that you can do the work and you become reliable, you keep working. And so I started doing it going, well, that was really cool. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to do it again. And it's been like 35 movies and 20 TV series and, actually 20 series. I've done hundreds and hundreds of episodes of animated series, doing unidentifiable miscellaneous voices, and it's fun. It pays well. But it's fun. I get hired to be an idiot. I just sit there and go, and then I get paid.
That sounds great. That's what I always wanted to do growing up was voice acting. So that's awesome to hear that. And you've been in a couple of shows that I really like, The Simpsons and The American Dad. Especially, that's
yep. Simpsons, American Dad. I was actually the voice of Cilantro, the rude mariachi, who sang "El perro es mi corazón." And I actually co-wrote that, but I got to sing it, and it's been on 4 different episodes, and it's just you just kind of do the work, and you say you're available, and if people decide to trust you once, you have to deliver. this just grew organically. And next thing I knew, there was a lot of work, and some years are better than others. I mean, I'll admit I'm actually having one of my lighter work years this year, but 2 years ago was my absolute busiest. So you just roll with it and go, okay, this is what it is now. And I'm looking forward to getting into the fourth season of Invincible. But the other part of it is I tour nearly 100 dates a year on the ground, on the road with me and my guitars. And I put a new album out 2 years ago. My next record will hopefully be out sometime middle of 26. And I want to do a record all in Spanish. That's the next goal, because I can.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Your last album you did was during COVID, right? So it was called the Songs from the Corona Zone. Is that right?
Songs from the Corona Zone was a daily stream that I did for 252-hour shows in 13 months.
Oh.
For about 5 months, I was 6 days a week. And then I backed that off to 3 days a week in August of 2020, but I went straight from March of 2020 to April of 2021, 250 separate shows. And that kept me going during COVID, because I was going to go crazy if I couldn't be productive.
Oh, I bet.
I don't do any one thing. I do a little bit of everything. And, some years it's really fertile and other years it's not so much. But life is good. I have a lot of fun, and I look forward, to getting in front of people and playing my music and getting to know them and seeing their towns and everything.
And so you also have a new duo album out with James Lee Stanley, right, called All Wood and Lead?
All Wood and Lead. It's reinventions of Led Zeppelin songs, where we turned Stairway to Heaven into a bossa nova, and we, turned, I think it was Good Times, Ramble On, we turned into a ragtime. We do acoustic versions of it, and they're all very, very different. The record's done very well, and it's super, super interesting. You can find them on my website, but you can also go to Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music and, hear everything there. YouTube, it's all over the place.
So what is your website?
DanNavarro.com, DanNavarro.com. And that lists shows. It lists, I sell CDs on it. I sell downloads. You can stream directly from my website for free. Little stories about what's going on and announcements of upcoming stuff. I've got my 25th almost annual concert cruise is coming up early next year. I do cruises with groups of fans. I don't play the ship. I don't take over the whole ship. I go with a group of 50 to 100 people and do shows for them and hang out with them and have dinner with them and go tool around wherever we're going. The next one is March 9th through 16th out of Los Angeles, and it's going to Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta, the Mexican Riviera. And this next September, I'm doing 2 one-week cruises in Croatia on a 38-person yacht. And I do concerts the whole time and hang out with the people. It's good fun.
Super busy all throughout the year, then every minute it seems like.
I like it. That's really my bottom line, is I like it. It's what I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, and there's no part of it I don't like. Some people say, well, God, the travel must be hard. Well, it can be tiring, but I get to see things, and I get to go to places I've never been. I'll tell you, the last time I was in Alamosa, I hit Pagosa Springs and Durango on the way home, and I did the $1 Million Highway for the first time in my whole life. And I got to tell you, it's one of the coolest things I've ever done. So, there's always an advantage to being out there, even though you're away from home and away from your loved ones and all of that. So I enjoy it. I still dig it. People have been really generous, and they seem to like what I do. And I have fun putting it out there, because I pour on an animated emotional performance. I don't just phone it in. But the songs are about people facing hard times and how they get through them, or lost love, but the light at the end of the tunnel, or, looking for a new day, for a new way. Lately, I've been writing some kind of pretty happy, upbeat love songs, because I'm in a pretty happy, upbeat relationship. And so my friends are kind of going, well, this is different. we haven't heard a new heartbreak song out of you for a couple of years. So it'll be all of that, bits of all of it. You can always find, go to the web and get a taste of what it's going to be. But it's a money-back guarantee that you will enjoy what I do. How about that?
So do you perform by yourself, or do you have a band behind you?
No, it's just me by myself. I have a 12-string guitar, a 6-string guitar, and a little tiny mandolin-type guitar. Sometimes I bring the piano out of the car, and sometimes I don't. But it's just, and I don't, I've got about 9 albums of original material, so I've got over 100 songs to pick a 16-song set from. And sometimes I write out set lists, other times I kind of see what it's like on the fly, see what the room feels like. Every once in a while I'll say, well, why don't you people request what you want, and I'll take notes and do the requests. But it's all original material, because I started out my career writing for other people. I mean, I wrote for Pat Benatar, the big old hit We Belong. I wrote for the Bangles. I wrote for Dave Edmunds. My songs have been cut by quite a few people, but so I don't really do other people's songs, except maybe once in a while, just for something different than fun. But it's not Eagles songs or John Denver songs or hits of the day. It's my stuff and my stories.
On the voice acting side, what is your favorite character you've ever played?
Chakal in The Book of Life. There's a movie called The Book of Life. It was a Mexican Day of the Dead story, and I played the big, ugly, murderous villain called Chakal. And I had to say stuff like, I hate bullfighters. Give me the medal or the good pays. The medal. You've come back to me, medal. We ride for San Angel. And I get paid for that.
That's awesome. Now I'm catching. I was like trying to figure out what character that was, but now I totally hear it now.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So I just get up there and I do what I'm supposed to do and try to dig deep and come up with some new. They show me a drawing of the character, so I know what the guy's supposed to look like. He was ugly, big giant shoulders, little teeny waist, little teeny legs, and deep overbite, big giant handlebar mustache, and sharp teeth, and he was ugly and he was scary. And I mean, I had to do a fight scene. I got you. Let me go. I'm going to get you. And that's work. That's me doing my job. Go figure.
I always thought that would be super fun to do myself. I even watch shows all the time just showing people doing their voice acting in the studio,
Well, and, because you're on the radio, you're a voice professional, and, it's just a matter of sticking a mic into your computer and experimenting. It all starts with experimenting, because, we don't get up in the morning going, well, give me the toothbrush. Where's my breakfast? But, you kind of sit around and you get goofy, and then you try things, and you go, wow, I can take that farther. I actually blame my mom. I was 14, and I was being kind of a dodo head and making stupid noises. Hey, Mom, hey, Mom, hey, Mom. And she got frustrated with me. Said, Danny, gosh, cut it out. You're never going to be grown up if you don't quit making stupid noises with your mouth. Wow, Mom, that's it. So I just kept making stupid noises with my mouth. And, I'm not trying to be impertinent, but I am trying to have fun. And it's just, you learn how to do stuff. You try things on. And I guess that's, when someone says, what do you do for a living? I make stuff up. That's my job. My job is to get on a stage or in front of a microphone or with a pad of paper and make stuff up. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Really applaud you for that, and it's just really always nice to talk to you about this stuff. This is stuff I don't get to talk to anybody about, really. I mean, I don't even know if I'll ever get to talk to another voice actor, so appreciate your time.
You know how to find me. I look forward to meeting you on Sunday. It's going to be a great, great time, and you and I will chat some, and then we'll figure out when we can talk again, because I'm always happy to have people pick my brain, because it's sometimes the difference between doing this and not doing it is taking a chance and deciding you're going to try. And a lot of people just go, oh, I can't do that. Well, you're right, because you just said that. And, instead of saying, oh, I didn't used to know how to do that, but I'll try it. And then that's, of course, when you resort to Yoda, who said, there is no try, only do. And it's okay, then you just go do it, record it. You can record easily into your computer for free, and then play it back. And that's when you go, oh, God, I sound horrible. Well, but then you start tweaking it. You're a radio professional, so you know this. You know the sound of your own voice. You know when you're pulling it off, and you know when you're coming up short. Well, the difference between that and voice acting is subject matter. I don't know, pull a page out of a magazine sometime and read it like you're an announcer instead of and listen to how it goes. And then decide, okay, I'm going to do this same page, but I'm going to do this same page like a space penguin. Well, what does a space penguin sound like? Nobody knows. So you get to make it up. And that's where the fun comes in. That's where you really kind of go, wow, I had no idea what that was going to be, but I've tried it. And two things will happen. You go, God, I don't ever want to do it like that again. Well, then you learn something. Or, wow, that was really good. And it's probably going to be both at once. A little bit of, well, that was good. This other part wasn't. And then you just keep doing it and growing and changing. But the whole idea is you keep having fun. Because that's, to me, responsible connection with your community, pay your bills, don't be a jerko, have fun.
Well, I'd like to thank you so much for talking with me today. I wish I could talk to you for hours, but I know we only got a short time, and I know you're busy too.
We have a short time. I'm catching a flight in a couple of hours. But, Gerald, it's good to talk to you. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to being in your town.
Awesome. I look forward to it too. I'll see you on Sunday then, and have a safe travel. And
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much.
Same here, man. I appreciate you taking time. I know it's hard between things, so this is really, really nice of you.
Well, I've actually done these interviews from the moving car before, and that's really a kick, especially when I accidentally almost cut somebody off in traffic.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's better if you could be stationary somewhere.
Exactly. Well, it's good to talk to you, man. I look forward, and hope you got what you need. And I already said goodbye to the people out there, and thanks. Just thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, everybody, for listening once again. I'm your host, G-Stylez. We'll catch you next time around right here on Word the Podcast. Peace. Hey, yeah. Word. Wanna hear it, wanna talk about it. Word. Wanna hear it, wanna talk about it. Know it's all about the word. You know it's word.